if you have realised that this isn't just another cycle repeating itself, according to patterns we're able to map across history, astrology, and the occult, you'd be right. This is Astronosis. Welcome. To understand what we are dealing with, convergence is key. Imagine, if you will, an intersection where at least 5 streets meet. One of those streets is lived experience, another tradition, another prophecy, another religion, and another technology, and so on. Now imagine the center of that intersection being the one thing that is common to every single street that connects with that intersection. That intersection, that's convergence. And why that matters is because when different systems point to the same thing, you're no longer looking at isolated ideas or events. You're looking at pattern. What once felt linear now feels layered, like multiple things are unfolding and stacking at once. When you consider what various traditions have been saying for years, convergence starts to make sense, and concepts like transcendence or ascension start to feel less symbolic or abstract, and a lot more grounded and pragmatic. We know time moves in cycles. Things build, they peak, they break, and then something new begins. But convergence points to something more. Not just cycles repeating, but moments where cycles reach a threshold and something shifts. And with that in mind, when you start looking across completely different systems or traditions, the deeper pattern becomes visible. So let's trace that pattern, starting with the Mayan calendar as one of the clearest examples. In the Mayan calendar, you get long count cycles spanning thousands of years, with clearly defined completion points, such as the Bakhtun cycle ending in 2012. That endpoint didn't just reset the loop, it marked a shift in the pattern itself. In Hindu cosmology, we're said to be in Kali Yuga, a cycle spanning 432,000 years. And while it began about 5,000 years ago, we're still near the beginning of that cycle, which means we're looking at the conditions of a new phase becoming visible. In early Christian texts, you get apocalypse not just as destruction, but as revelation, an unveiling of what was hidden. In Hermetic teachings, you don't just get correspondence, you get transformation. That which is below corresponds to that which is above, and that which is above corresponds to that which is below, to accomplish the miracle of the one thing. In Gnostic text, you don't just get belief, you get gnosis, direct knowing through revelation. In Buddhism, you don't just get cycles, you get the possibility of stepping out of them through awakening. In Taoism, you don't just get balance, you get return to the source when imbalance reaches its limit. And in astrology, you get ages that change roughly every 2100 years. Each age brings new themes, and in this moment, we see extraordinary advances in technology and information, marking themes aligned with the age of Aquarius, which I'll talk more about further into the series. And when you look at all of these together, they're not just describing repetition. They're pointing to moments where something shifts, where something can be seen differently. This isn't just another cycle repeating. Everyone can see the shift happening in real time through connectivity, technology, through AI. This cycle is happening under completely new conditions with everything visible. And when everything is visible, we can see what is holding things together, and we can see what isn't working anymore. Next, we zoom in on astrology, where convergence becomes obvious and shows how we are moving from confusion to activation to acceleration. If you needed a place to check your bearings, this is it.